Hey everyone, it's Be Creative and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a book that completely changed the way I think about money. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This isn't your typical get-rich-quick scheme. It's about understanding the psychology behind our financial decisions. We'll explore why we make irrational money choices, the role of luck and risk in building wealth, and the importance of defining what enough really means to you. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Imagine this. You're sitting across from someone, maybe a friend or family member, and they're telling you about their latest financial decision. It could be anything, an investment they made, a purchase they made, and you're thinking to yourself, what are they doing? It just doesn't make any sense to you. The first big takeaway from the psychology of money is this: no one's crazy. We all come from different backgrounds, with different experiences and different risk tolerances. Everyone has their own story, and those stories shape the way we think about money. We love hearing stories about self-made billionaires, right? We see their success and think, if they can do it, so can I. But here's the thing, those stories often leave out a crucial part of the equation: luck. Life isn't a level playing field. Some people are born into wealth, others face incredible obstacles from day one. This isn't to say that hard work doesn't matter, it absolutely does. But we can't ignore the role of luck and risk. Success isn't guaranteed, and acknowledging that helps us stay grounded. Have you ever noticed how no matter how much money you make, there's always this feeling of wanting more? That's the hedonic treadmill in action, my friends. We work hard, we achieve our goals, and then we just set the bar higher. We fall into the trap of thinking that more money will finally bring us happiness and contentment. True wealth isn't about having $1 billion in the bank. It's about reaching a point where you're content with what you have, where you can enjoy the fruits of your labor without constantly striving for more. Chapter 4. Compounding is magic. Let's talk about one of the most powerful forces in finance: compounding. It's like rolling a snowball down a hill. It starts small, but as it rolls, it gathers more and more snow, growing bigger and bigger. When you invest early and consistently, even small amounts can grow exponentially over time. It's not about timing the market or finding the next big stock. It's about patience, discipline, and letting time work its magic. Even if you can only afford to invest a small amount each month, don't underestimate the power of consistency over the long term. Chapter 5. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. Getting rich and staying rich are two very different things. Building wealth often requires taking risks, being bold, and seizing opportunities. But once you've accumulated a certain level of wealth, the game changes. Staying wealthy is all about preservation. It's about protecting what you've earned and making sure your money lasts. The same principle applies to wealth. Chapter 6. Tails drive everything. Life is unpredictable, right? The stock market goes up, the market goes down. You get a raise, you lose your job. These unexpected events, these tail events as Housel calls them, are what really shape our financial journeys. We tend to focus on the day-to-day, the small ups and downs, but it's the big, unpredictable events that can make or break us financially. You can't control the unexpected, but you can control how prepared you are for it. Chapter 7. Freedom. What is wealth, really? Is it about having a mansion full of luxury cars? Is it about jet-setting around the world? According to Housel, true wealth is about freedom. Money, when used correctly, gives you the freedom to make choices without being limited by financial constraints. The richest people aren't necessarily those with the most possessions. They're the ones who have the freedom to live life on their own terms. Chapter 8. The man in the car paradox. We live in a world obsessed with status symbols. We buy fancy cars, expensive watches, and designer clothes to impress others. But here's the thing. People might admire the car, but they don't necessarily admire the driver. We think that by displaying our wealth, we'll gain admiration and respect. True wealth isn't about showing off. It's about having the security to live a comfortable life without feeling the need to prove anything to anyone. Chapter 9. Wealth is what you don't see. Here's a little secret. True wealth is often invisible. You don't see it in flashy cars or designer handbags. You see it in the peace of mind that comes from having a solid financial foundation. True wealth runs much deeper than what meets the eye. Chapter 10. Save money, saving money. It sounds so simple, right? But in a world of instant gratification and endless temptations, it can feel like an uphill battle. But here's the thing, saving isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. Every dollar you save is a dollar that gives you more options in life. Start small if you have to, but make it a habit. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Chapter 11. Reasonable is greater than rational. We're always told to make rational decisions, right? But when it comes to money, sometimes being reasonable is more important than being perfectly rational. We make decisions based on emotions, our own personal experiences, and what feels right in our gut. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to finance. Focus on creating a financial plan that aligns with your own values, risk tolerance, and life goals. Chapter 12. Surprise! Remember what we talked about earlier with tail events? Life is full of surprises, both good and bad. And the financial world is no different. Markets crash, economies fluctuate, and unexpected expenses pop up out of nowhere. The key to navigating these surprises is to be prepared. Have an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses. The ability to adjust your sails when the winds change is crucial for long-term financial success. Chapter 13. Room for error. None of us are perfect, right? We all make mistakes. It's essential to factor in the possibility of mistakes when it comes to our finances. Build in some wiggle room. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent and adaptable over the long term. Chapter 14. You'll change. Think back to who you were 10 years ago. What were your goals? Your dreams? Your values? Chances are, you've changed a lot since then. Your financial goals should reflect that growth. Your financial plan should be a living, breathing document that adapts to your evolving needs and aspirations. Chapter 15. Nothing's free. In the world of finance, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Every decision, every investment, every purchase comes with a cost. It might not be an immediate, tangible cost, but there's always a trade-off. The key is to be aware of the costs associated with your decisions. Make informed choices that align with your overall financial goals. Money isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's deeply personal and often intertwined with our relationships. We compare our financial situations to others. We make financial decisions based on what we think others expect of us. And we sometimes let money come between us and the people we care about. It's important to remember that everyone's financial journey is different. Focus on your own financial goals and communicate openly with your loved ones about money. Remember that first chapter where we talked about how no one's crazy? Well, this chapter takes it a step further. What seems crazy to one person might seem perfectly reasonable to another. There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to many financial decisions. Don't be afraid to make decisions that others might question, as long as those decisions align with your own financial plan. It's easy to get caught up in negativity, especially when it comes to finances. We hear constant news about economic downturns, market crashes, and financial doom and gloom. But here's the thing, pessimism is seductive, but it's rarely profitable. While it's important to be realistic about risks, don't let fear paralyze you from making smart financial decisions. Remember, the economy goes in cycles. When it comes to money, it's easy to get caught up in hype and promises of easy riches. We want to believe there's a shortcut to wealth, a secret formula that will make us millionaires overnight. Be wary of get-rich-quick schemes, investment gurus promising guaranteed returns, and anyone who claims to have all the answers. Remember, there's no substitute for hard work, patience, and a well-thought-out financial plan. In the final chapter, Housel gets personal, sharing his own financial confessions and reminding us that we're all human, we all make mistakes, and that's okay. The key is to learn from our mistakes, to keep growing, and to never stop learning when it comes to managing our money. Financial success shouldn't come at the expense of your happiness or well-being. So there you have it. 20 powerful lessons from the psychology of money that can change the way you think about money forever. If you can master your own financial psychology, if you can understand the emotions and biases that drive your financial decisions, you'll be well on your way to achieving your financial goals and living a richer, more fulfilling life. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to check out the book, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, for an even deeper dive into these concepts. And as always, thanks for watching.